But at the end of it, I don't want to go because these things are all, the tapes are available, the records are there. In fact, only about 2 weeks ago I saw a set of the records again. The transcripts are available. But we talked about the Nigerian situation, and certainly at the end everybody says, oh, you told them this, you did that. The fact was that our case was so clear that I actually believed at the end of Aburi that the problem was not Gawan, but probably some ambassadors in Lagos who were pressing for something else. Because we understood each other. We agreed on every single point. The drafting was, in fact, my chief secretary with 2 other chief secretaries from the other side. They said, no, no, no. And drafted and agreed. We looked at it, we agreed. General Ankara read over the whole report again to us at the end. Asked us if we wanted to amend anything. No. At the end of all that, the position was so good that actually Ankara drove Jack, Gawan and myself to the airport. Jack was sitting on his left, I was sitting on his right. He was in the middle. And in the course of that journey, at a point, General Ankara shook his head and said, oh, thank you. Thank you. If only we can go on like this, everything would be all right. I believe I was the one, as I do now from time to time. I go for the dramatic. Suddenly I picked up Gawan's hand, put it on Ankara's lap, brought my other hand, placed it on it, and I said, General Sir, hold us together, I want to say something. So General Ankara put his hand on top of the 2 hands, and I said, General, I want to assure you that I am totally satisfied with everything we said. I will even go further and say to you something I did not say at the conference, and that is that once we have implemented everything we have said, I would ask you for one favor and one favor only, and that would be to be the one to propose Jack Gawan as a head of state of Nigeria.
It was a 2-day conference of peers and old mates, but its aftermath produced even further controversy.
At Aburi, yes, we agreed on area commands for the armed forces. At Aburi, we agreed that the police force would be decentralized. We agreed on those. Yes. We agreed even to show that we didn't separate. At Aburi, we also agreed on certain revenue formula. That's what happened at Aburi. Aburi again, because I always end up, it sounds odd today, but I always end up by saying I must have been naive, because I believed actually that would be the end. I'll confess to you, when I got back to Enugu, oh yes, I had a party, believing that probably the danger was over. That's what we thought. Until they then began to deny everything. It was the denial of Nigeria that made me publish the tapes of Aburi, because we had insisted that each one should have a set of tapes. Everybody talks about confederation. Go and look at the transcript. There is no time that the word confederation came from my lips.
Hello, good evening, SM viewers. This is Satellite Media. Mr. Okpara, having listened to Ojukwu himself, where he tried to atomize what transpired at Aburi, how after the whole agreement, how some person decided to renege on the agreement. And of course, we understand that what they were actually looking for then was a true federalism, to decentralize the police, to bring the country into regions for easy governance, and to bring governance closer to the people. Of course, I think we are still battling with that problem. Is still with us. And recently, the issue of true federalism, regionalism came up. But let us get a view, because Nigeria is still battling with issue of how to govern herself many years after that civil war.
This is where I said Ironsi was part of the problem in Nigeria, mostly against the Biafrans, against the Igbos. When British handed over the power or independence to Nigeria, we are practicing partially, not fully, confederation government, where the regionals has power on certain things concerning that region. That time, the Easterners were boasting of palm oil, palm kernel products, and timber. Midwest were boasting on timber. The West, cocoa and kola nuts. The North, groundnut, cotton, and the hides and skin. And that time, Nigeria relied mostly on agric, although there was oil. But coming to the oil was federal. British made it to be federal. But agricultural products were for the region. And any region have right to sign contract of industrialization with any part of the nation in the world. This is why I say partially confederation. But when Ironsi enter, hijack the revolution and destroy everything, destroy the parliamentary system of government, and instituted unitary government. That's another thing, grievance that the North has. Not to start shouting, Araba, Araba, Bamuso, Bamuso. You have taken power and want to take our economy again, because they feel that time they are producing much. Like another man will come and say, after all, the development in the South, they use granite pyramid over the bar, because each region was controlling their economy. Apart from the oil that is for federal, which is coming from East. They made oil to be federal. Every other thing was regional. That is why you see every region was developing fast that time. And the Eastern region, which is Biafra today, are the fast developing area in the one of the fast developing area in the world at that time. That time, Emma Yokpara was the premier of Eastern region. Along the line, after the death of Ironsi, when North planned their own personal coup and eliminated Ironsi, and Nigeria entered into chaos, anarchy, killing the Igbos, killing the Biafrans, then the thing lingered to the extent Ankrang called Ghana government, led by Afrifa, call conference for their place. They at that time, Lagos conference have failed, Benin conference have failed. Then they went to Ghana. Everything was written and documented. Ojukwu, even the Biafran delegates that followed Ojukwu go, don't understand the real word of confederation. Neither do Nigeria, led by Gowon, know what is called anything political conference or anything confederation. They don't understand it at all at all. But when Ojukwu went there and they sit together with Ankrang, that time when they reach, Afrifa handed everything over to Ankrang. Ojukwu break down everything. They came to understand what confederation means. That control your region, control everything, this centralized police. But let us have one military unit for the federation, one military unit, one custom, one immigration. But police should be decentralized. Each region have their own police. But after each region having their own police, still there will be central police. This central police will handle the case between another region. If the two region, somebody commit crime in eastern region and run to northern region, then the federal police will stand as Interpol to pick that person up and return it back to the region where he committed that crime. That one is there. Everything was said and done perfectly. The Aburi Accord took 2 days to reach to the point they reached. Gowon agreed, everybody agreed, then they signed. The thing was documented. And in the initial stage, at the beginning of that conference, Ojukwu stands totally on cessation. Both Obasanjo and the co that went to that conference said no. Both Ankara, they said no. Then Ojukwu bring confederation. All of them agree on the confederation. And the sign written. If Ghana government of today will bring the document of Aburi Accord, you will see the truth. That Ojukwu was perfectly right. The people that went to that conference was perfectly right. That conference could have put Nigeria in one Nigeria. The agitation or declaration of Biafra could not have come at all at all.
Because I understand that it was when they reneged on their Aburi that Ojukwu decided to declare Biafra.
Yes. Had they been go and agree to keep that Aburi Accord, nothing like a civil war, nothing like a Biafra Nigeria war, nothing like Obunigwe or Nigeria at large. There be no anything like sound of war, and Nigeria could have remained peacefully and still be one of the best country in the world. But when they come, because of some personal interests, selfish interests of some region and selfish interests of Britain, they advise Gowon, who did not understand what is called politics, who did not understand English language, who did not understand his left from right.
No, let us not use aspersion on people. Let us not cast aspersion. Try to be civil. Try to moderate your language. You're on a global platform, please.
Yes, I'm trying to moderate my language, but I will tell you the truth.
But in telling us the truth, use language that is pleasing to the ear.
I'm using language. You can see Obasanjo. Obasanjo today, nobody can say he don't understand English language, because Obasanjo went to Polytechnic in India, where he read civil engineer. He understand. But Gowon was only army brought up. God's only army. He went, I think, Sandos and military training. That's all he knows. When he came back home, he wasn't a learned man. You cannot take Gowon to compare Ojukwu. Ojukwu was the first Nigerian military.
I don't think that is the subject of conversation here. No, we are looking at the.
I'm telling you why the Aburi Accord failed, because Gowon did not understand.
Let us not attack individual. Let us face. Let us face the focal point.
Yes, I'm not attacking individual, but something happened individual to be an individual, and something happened individual to be a fool.
No. Let us not call someone a fool. Even the Bible you believe in is against that. Be civil with your ways.
Yes, I am civil with my ways. That's why I'm civilized. Now, when they return back to Lagos, even on their way going, Ojukwu totally believe in oneness. Ojukwu totally believe in truth. Ojukwu is not a man, he's not a hypocrite or chameleon that be turning like this. He's a straightforward man.
we are not.
I know, I'm coming.
We are not trying to launder image of anyone.
I'm not.
We are trying to set the record straight.
Laundering the image of anyone. There's something that made me to be saying this. On their way coming, when Ankara was lifting two of them to airport to enter their planes, Ojukwu told Ankara and Gowon, if Gowon will come and implement the Aburi Accord, he, Ojukwu, will step down and call Ankara to come and anoint Gowon or ordain Gowon as Nigerian head of state if Gowon will implement it. If Gowon will implement it. That's what Ojukwu said, told Ankara and Gowon in the motor when they are going to airport to board their plane back home. Along the line, when Ojukwu returned, all of them returned. Awolowo, the Nigerian Chief Justice, a Yoruba man, I forgot his name, and the British ambassador, they went into the agreement, Aburi Accord agreement, and told Gowon that why do you sign this agreement? Why do you allow this? You should not have signed it. That Ojukwu have hold upper hand. Biafran have gone. If you allow them to control their mineral resources and pay tax to federal government, it was that time that all this nepotism and the tribalism could have ended, because now you will send people to federal according to the contribution you made to the federal. That's how you send the number of federal executive from your own region. They agree on percentage to be paid to federal government from whatever revenue you generated in your region, to pay some certain percent to the federal, to keep federal moving, to keep the armies and the other federal prosecutors moving. They agree. Gowon, Awolowo, and the Nigerian Chief Justice and British Embassy ambassador told Gowon, you have failed by allowing these people this thing. Yes, if it came to be, these people have much revenue. They have code, they have oil, they have internal this, and they're good in technology, which means you are giving them right at the end to announce Biafra, because through build they have money to sponsor their police. From that, their police through there they will train military that will defend them. The next thing you hear, they will declare Biafra. Gowon, no, don't agree on it. Then Gowon ask them, what will you do? Awolowo advise Gowon, pick gun, because it's only gun that you can take to subdue this Ojukwu. This boy, because Awolowo always call Ojukwu boy, this boy have won you technically, logically, he have won you politically. In any form, he have won you. There's no way you can be able to beat him. This boy is a smart boy. He said Ojukwu is a smart boy. He have won you in anything. So the only thing you will do, carry gun. With gun, you can force them and bring them back. That's the only issue. That's the only thing. To the extent, because that Aburi Accord, Awolowo did not follow them to Aburi Accord. After that Aburi Accord, Awolowo decided to follow them in any meeting they are going for the settlement. Awolowo follow to Kampala. That time, I think Bote was whom Idi Amin overthrew, was the
president. So that we can have time for that conversation. I think you have done justice to this area. I think I must say very big thank you for your time. As always, we hope to have you next time. I know you're a man of wisdom, especially when it comes to areas of this nature. But because of our time, I must say very big thank you.
Thank you.
This is a good place to let you go. Thank you very much. I'm Mr. Matt on this satellite media.